Boys like me don't cry. Boys like me pretend we don't cry. Boys like me don't cry. Boys like me pretend we don't cry. Girl, you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, a lot of days, la 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 la.
Jingo came home 11 at night. He wondered why you aren't at the kitchen counter. Usually, when he comes home, you are there studying your report. He went to your room and knocked on the door, but no one's answer. It's impossible that she hasn't come home yet. She texted me earlier that she's on her way. He opens your door and peek inside, but you're really not there. He went back downstairs to go to his gallery room. You asked him last week if you could use that room to be your office, because sometimes you want to be alone while doing your report. He saw from afar that there is a light in that room. He felt relieved because he knows you are just there. He knocked, but no one's answered, so he just peeked inside as he saw you sleeping while your face resting on your laptop. He came in and took a small pillow and carefully left your head to put the pillow on your head. Unfortunately, you suddenly wake up. Mr. June? You said while rubbing your eyes. Why are you here sleeping? I didn't notice that I fell asleep. Go to your room so you can sleep there comfortably. Later, Mr. June, after I finish this. By the way, there's a food in the fridge that I cooked earlier. Do you want me to heat it up so you can eat? No, no need. Thank you. I already have dinner with my constituents. Then I'll go ahead so you could finish your report. Yes, please. Good night, Mr. June. Good night. Don't stay all night. I will. You smile at each other as he walks to the door and leaves the room. Jungkook is one of the famous businessmen. He is a well-mannered person. Despite of being a billionaire, he stays humble and gentleman. On the other hand, you are a reporter, strong, independent woman. 8 months ago, while you were reporting live, one of your staff made a huge mistake. Instead of something others businessman was involved in the drug issue, he accidentally wrote Jungkook's name. He was confused because they have the same surname but different names. Same Mr. June. Your cameraman immediately stopped the live after your staff told you that you wrote the wrong name. But it's too late. The news spread fast and it caused serious damage to Jungkook's reputation. You went to Jungkook to ask an apology. You really felt guilty towards him. You have interviewed him several times and you can prove that he is really a nice person. So you don't want his name to be ruined just because of your team's mistake. You take the responsibility of that incident since you can't deny that you were also negligent because you just read what was written on the paper. You wrote an apology letter, but the situation became worse. Jungkook's opponent and business used this opportunity to discredit him. There was an article saying that Jungkook paid you to clear his name. Jungkook didn't deny that he really got mad at you, but soon he proved that you were sincere and what happened was just really an accident. The situation is getting worse since you start receiving hate from people who believe in Jungkook. It's also a big impact on your work because no one trusts you anymore. Then one day, you receive a call from Jungkook. He wants to talk to you. He has an idea to fix the situation. He thinks this is the only way to clear both of your names. You need to pretend as married couple. Well, who is crazy enough to defame or ruin her husband? Jungkook made an agreement that he will not file any lawsuit against you as long as you agree to marry him. If not, he has no choice to file a lawsuit against you to clear his name. Since you know you are at fault and also feel ashamed of ruining his great image, you agree to the agreement. You get married in secret. However, in your marriage contract, it says you got married 2 years ago. So there is no issue that will come out that you just get married to fix the issue between the two of you. Jungkook's lawyer released your pictures from your wedding, your pictures together during your interview to him before. You also released a statement admitted that you and Jungkook have been married for a long time. You just hide it from the public because you want the privacy. And the reason why you mention his name during your live report because you got surprised on his sudden appearance on the location of your shoot. Slowly, everything will be fine. The original agreement, you two should be supposed to act as a married couple for 6 months, and after everything is back to normal, you two will divorce. However, Jungkook was afraid that people might be suspicious, so he asked you to extend the agreement for 1 year, which is you agree since there was no problem while living with him. After your report, you return to your desk when the head of the news department approached you. Miss YN, I heard your husband launched a new product. Can you interview him? I will ask him, sir, if he agrees. We respect each privacy, sir. Okay, but much better if he agrees. That will also be your segment for tomorrow. Since the accident happened, you feel ashamed of asking him for any interview because you don't want to make another mistake involving him. Even though this is the best opportunity, still you hesitate to ask him. You don't know if it was just a coincidence. While thinking about him, your phone rang and the caller was Jungkook. Yes, Mr. Jun. Everyone is looking at you for calling your husband Mr. Jun. Yes, Han, you said awkwardly. Jungkook laughed in the other line and said, let me guess, you are with someone. Mm, you replied. I called because I crave for steak. I don't want to eat alone, so can I invite you to have dinner tonight? Sure. Then I'll pick you before 6. Jungkook was about to end the call when he heard Iyo say, Mr. Jun? Yes. Do you have something to say? Never mind. I know you have something in your mind. Just tell me what it is. Can I interview you about the new product? Of course. Do you know I will wait for you to say that? Actually, I declined the other reporter because I want you to be the first to interview me. Really? Thank you, Mr. Jun. If you are free now, you can come here because I will be busy tomorrow. Wait, I'm going to pick you there. No, I will go to your office, Mr. Jun. Then I'll wait for you. Meanwhile, Jungkook heard a knock. Come in. He stood and smiled thinking it was you. But he was surprised when he saw Angeline. She was supposed to be Jungkook's fiancée. His parents chose her, but that didn't happen after finding out that Jungkook already married. What brings you here? Is it true that you and YN are just pretending to be married couple? How did you do that? So it's true. Cool, everything is okay now. Then why don't you get a divorce so we can get married? It's none of your business, Angeline. It's mine. You should marry me. But because of her, she ruined everything. Wait, do you love her? So you won't divorce her? I can't divorce her right away because I know people will pointing at her if that happens. I can fight. But YN, I don't think so. If people find out about everything, I'm afraid she won't be able to recover her career. So you just scare her because you are afraid of what will happen to her, not because you love her. I am right? You don't love her. Jungkook didn't say anything. It means you don't have any feelings for her. Fine. After 1 year, you're going to divorce her and we're getting married. What Jungkook doesn't know is that you heard everything. You know from the very beginning that Jungkook don't love you, but you still let yourself to fall for him, and now you are hurting by what you heard. You were even more hurt to the truth that in a few months that you pretended to be husband and wife, even a little, he didn't even fall for you. Before someone saw you, you hurriedly left. Angeline, no marriage will happen to us. What? But why? Because actually, I don't have a plan to divorce my wife. I thought you don't love her. Then why do you still choose to stay with her? Let me clear to you. I didn't say anything that I don't love my wife. I'm just curious, when exactly did I fall for her? Before? Or when we were married? I don't know. I just realized that I love her. You will regret this, Jungkook, for refusing to marry me, she said and left the office. Angeline accidentally heard Jungkook's parents talking about the agreement. They want the agreement to be forfeited and you and Jungkook just continue to be husband and wife because they like you for Jungkook. They know that you're a good person and Jungkook is happy with you. Not long, Jungkook received a call from you. You told him that something suddenly came up. That's why you can't go to his office. Even in the dinner, you can go with him. At night, when Jungkook came home, he wondered why your car was already outside the house. He thought you weren't at home yet. He looked for you in the living room, but you weren't there. He peeked in your room and there you saw you laying on the bed, back facing at the door. YN, are you okay? Mm, are you sick? I'm fine, Mr. Jun. I'm just tired. You turned around to face him. Mr. Jun, the interview that I was asking for, I can't do that anymore. There is another segment assigned to me. It's fine, but if you want to do an interview, I'm always available. By the way, do you want something to eat? Nothing, Mr. Jun. Thank you, Mr. Jun. For what? For everything. After that, he slowly closed the door. What's wrong? Why is the tone of her voice is so sad? 2 days later, while Jungkook is busy on the paperwork, his secretary came in without knocking the door while catching his breath. Sir, did you see the article about YN? What article? His secretary gives his phone to Jungkook. Jungkook's face showed traces of shock and anger on what he read. The article says that your marriage with Jungkook was all planned by you. You intentionally involved him in drugs, etc., to grab his attention so that Jungkook would come to you. The marriage idea was also your idea. You pretend to help him to solve the problem, but the truth is you just want his money because you are a gold digger. This. Then he thought the only person who would do that kind of dirty works, it's Angeline. He don't pay attention to her because his mind is in you. He was worried about you. He took his phone and called you, but you're not reachable. He went to your office as he found out that you left early. Even at home, you were not there. He searched you everywhere, but he can't find you. Why? And don't hide. You need someone right now. Meanwhile, you are crying nonstop. Many people have judged you without knowing the truth. You've already turned off your phone because you don't want to see the hurtful comments that they will say about you. Your eyes are blurry. You can hardly see anything. Your eyes are full of tears. You have nowhere else to go. This is the only place you can hide. At least here, no one knows you and going to insult you. Until a bright light came from a car. Later on, someone came out and stood outside. Why are you hiding? You should call me if you need someone to cry on. I'm your husband. I should be the first person to be with you in your hard time. Then you saw Jungkook spreading his arms. You know he don't love you. He's just nice to you because you are his wife. But you really need someone right now. So you stand and run going to Jungkook and hug him. He securely hugs you. In those times, you know you are protected and no one can hurt you. How did you find me? I just follow my heart. He told me the woman I love was just here crying alone. I figure out now when I started falling in love with you. Remember, I offered you a handkerchief before. You also crying that time in this place. Oh, I remember. That was my first interview with you. I asked for a break to cry after I found out that my dad died. But I couldn't leave because of my work. That time, I already caught my heart. I thought I'm just being nice to you because that's my nature. But lately I realize I treated you differently to others because I want to take care of you. Because I truly love you. You hug him even more. Because the man you love loves you back. All this time you think he doesn't love you. You thought he just cares and being nice to you because he's just kind of person. Mr. June, can I ask a permission? Can I love you? I mean, I already love you. You heard him giggling and kissed your forehead. Of course you can. I will be happy if you do that. Don't go to your work tomorrow. Why? Last time you fixed the mess. This time, as your husband, I want to fix it. I'll be your protector from now on. I will not allow someone to hurt my wife. I address you as my wife not because of the agreement, but because I love you. You trust me, right? Mm, I trust you, Mr. June. I think from now on, you better stop calling me Mr. June. Just hubby. The next morning, you woke up to your boss call. He told you to watch your husband's interview. Jungkook currently in live interview. He was clearing your name. By this time, he had said everything. Where you met, about the incident, and also about your marriage. He also apologized to everyone, but he said he didn't regret that he lied because he knew he just wanted to protect the woman that he loved. He also told in the interview that you two are going to divorce but marry again. And for the second time, you two will marry not because of the agreement, but because you really love each other. And to the person who wrote the false accusation, Jungkook warned her to stop. If not, he will use his money to ruin her since he knows who she is. He He also begs to everyone to stop judging you since you did nothing wrong and they don't know you. Your boss, who the one who did the interview, asked Jungkook why he's doing that. He was a billionaire but he ate his pride just to clear your name. Because this is true love. I don't want to see the person I love being hurt. That's why I'm doing this. That's how I love my wife. In the end, he still claims you as his wife. The end. Good night, Cookies.